Alright guys, so we're going to be starting with example 1 here. Example 1, 8.5 is basically just solving rational expressions, so we're going to be taking our rational expressions we've been working with, except now there's an equal sign in there and we have to solve for them. So what we're going to be doing is, our essential question is how can we solve rational equations and what are the steps? So for example 1, it's a simple equation it looks like, but there's some extra steps we have to take rather than just solving it. But essentially all you're doing is you're solving for the variable, which in this case is x. So the first thing we want to look at is this x in the bottom here. So we need to say what x can't be. Well, x is by itself in the bottom, so anytime we have x in the bottom we need to say what x can't be. So we look here and we would say x can't be 0. Why can't x be 0? Because if x is 0 it gives us an undefined thing. So then what we do is we go ahead and we start by graphing these, or not graphing, I'm sorry. We start out by solving them. So the first thing we want to find is we want to find our LCD. So step 1, find the LCD. So the way to find the LCD is the same way we found an LCM. We take all the denominators, so we have a 3 and we have an x, and we pull one of each. Well, if we pull from 3 and x, we get what? We would get 3x. So you take that LCD, so our LCD was equal to 3x, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to multiply both sides by 3x. Now you may be asking, well, why would we do that? And you'll see. Because our big issue with solving these is they're not very difficult when you first look at them, but we need to be able to solve the bottom part. So we need to get x out of the denominator, and this is the way we do that. So you're going to go through and cancel what can cancel and multiply through. So on this side you see, well, the 3 and the 3 can cancel. And then over here, you need to make sure you distribute that 3x. So really we would have 10x, because the 3 is canceled, equals 4 over x times 3x plus 2 times 3x. Okay, and now we would do some multiplication. So here you can see the x and the x cancel. So we're left with 4 times 3. So let's go up here. So 4 times 3, on the left we still have 10x, equals 4 times 3, which is 12, and that's plus 2 times 3x, which is 6x. And now it's as simple as solving for x. So we go ahead and we would subtract 6x, subtract 6x, and we get 4x equals 12, divide by 4, divide by 4, and you should get that x equals 3. Okay. So that was example 1. Some things to keep in mind. So, let's review real quick. Step 1 is find the LCD, and to do this you take each denominator. Okay. Step 2 is multiply everything by the LCD. And the last step is reduce and solve. And then you get your final answer. And you need to make sure if it's applicable, sometimes it's not, so step 0 is what we'll call it. Find undefineds. So that is the basic process for solving these. So let's go ahead, and the next one you guys will do, this one's going to be a U-try. So remember, U-try is you try on your own, and we'll go over it in class tomorrow. So x equals 6 over x minus 1. So that's going to be your U-try. Okay. And then we'll do an example one coming up. Alright. So the next one, which is our last example of the day. Example 2, you have 16 over x squared minus 16 equals 2 over x minus 4. So step 1 is finding the LCD, which, if you remember factoring and the LCM stuff, take these two. Step 1 is factor this here. So you would get x minus 4, x plus 4. If you're struggling with factoring, come see me. And then to get your LCD, you would take one of each. So x minus 4 is in common, so you take one of those. And then you have an x plus 4, so you take one of those. Okay? So what we're going to do is now we multiply both sides by that. So we have 16, x minus 4, x plus 4, and I'm going to factor that bottom x squared minus 16 as x plus 4, x minus 4, and you guys can probably see why now. And that's equal to 2 x minus 4, x plus 4, and then on the bottom we still have the x minus 4 from the original denominator. So now we get to play the canceling game. Those go away, x minus 4, x minus 4. And so then all we're left with is 16 on the left side and 2 times x plus 4 on the right side. And we distribute that through. So 16 equals 2x plus 8. Subtract 8, 8 equals 2x, which means after we divide by 2 that x would be equal to 4. Alright? Now, the thing we need to check is our undefineds, because we had them in the denominator. So we take our LCD and we find the undefineds. So x minus 4 equals 0, x plus 4 equals 0. So if you solve those out real quick, x can't be 4 or negative 4. Well, here's where this comes up. I told you guys it would come up soon. If you notice, that and that match. So we said that x can't be 4 or negative 4, but here we're saying x is 4. What this means that x equals 4 is not a solution, which means this problem has no solution. Okay? Alrighty. And then let's give you one more U-try. So the U-try, and this will finish notes. Okay, so go ahead, sorry, that's a 1. So go ahead and try that, guys. Alright, that'll be your try. Remember, all the U-tries we go over in class. If you have any questions, please email me. Have a good day, guys.